Hey Space Watchers, and welcome. It's day number 4 here in Paris at the World Space Business Week, and we are just coming out of a very interesting press announcement, and that was from Space Norway together with SSTL announcing a new project. And I'm very delighted to have one of the masterminds from this project here in this very short interview, and that's MarteKalveland, right?
That's right.
So, Matt, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
So tell us more about what you have just announced.
Well, we have announced an agreement with SSTL from UK. They are building our SAR satellite, our C-band SAR satellite, with a huge high resolution and wide swath.
Yeah.
And that's not existing today. So now we want all of the world to get to use this, both the service that we are offering with our constellation that we are building, but also the opportunity to have their own satellites, as we just heard here on the panel.
And I was amazed when you said we are launching this in 2027. So
The first satellite, yes.
Satellite manufacturing, satellite planning, satellite design within a year and a half or so?
No.
Wow. No, so tell us more. So it's in the making for a while.
Oh yes, it's been a making for a while. Actually, it's been an idea for quite a few years, but we've been building since 2022. We signed the contract in 2022 with SSTL.
Wonderful. Okay, so then tell us more. You start with one satellite. Okay, you have to start somewhere, but a constellation is more than one. So what are you aiming for as a full constellation?
Well, the first or the initial idea is the first satellite is to be launched in 2027, and then we're launching a satellite or a constellation with 6 satellites in polar orbit. But then, of course, depending on the demands, we can do all orbits. It's not a sun-synchronous orbit, so the satellite can actually fly in every orbit.
It's a SAR, yeah. So
So if the customers want other orbits, we can, of course, do that.
Okay, that's interesting. So. And what is the first area of interest that you're aiming for, and who's the customer base that you are reaching out for? And I'm quite sure you have customers in place already.
Yes, for the first satellite, it's the Norwegian Armed Forces, of course, because Norway has a huge area of interest, and of course the Armed Forces is very interested in that, and the Norwegian government, of course.
But as we are talking about it, it seems to be not to be a classified satellite. So, there might be dual-use components in
yes,
it,
there are.
But who can get hold of the data? Because you mentioned also the commercial aspect of that.
Yeah, we're going to sell services from this satellite. Of course, the Norwegian area of interest is the first priority, but there are more capacity, even on the first satellite, actually. So we can sell to everyone who wants to buy data, really. And of course, with the export control.
Friendly, yeah,
yes.
Okay, fair point. Okay, but SAR is a very specific form of data, obviously.
Yes.
And when you say we have our area of interest is the coastal area around Norway or the North Sea, I get it. So there's the customer, the potential customer are limited. I mean, we can talk about search and rescue and fishery and so on. But who else are you aiming this service for?
Well, that's our main customers, really. But then, of course, this is a polar orbit, so of course the areas close to the poles are of course those who are been revisited the more often.
I heard them becoming a more area of interest, especially for you.
There are some interesting people up there. We want to, and of course, it's not only the Norwegian who wants to follow those. Boats coming in and out.
So you're working also with friendly nations on that.
Yes, but then on the other hand, because of the orbit of the satellites, there are a lot of rest capacity of the satellites when they're going in the areas going through South China Sea and Australia areas as well. So those are also areas where we like to sell services.
For potential services,
yes.
Then, I see. Okay. Very interesting and very exciting development we can hear from Norway. Anything you want to add on the specific project? Anything I forgot?
The most important thing is that the commercial systems that are available today either do you have a wide swath with a kind of poor resolution, or they can see a small area with a good resolution. But this system combines those. You can see have both in the same satellite. You can see huge ocean areas with a resolution better than 3 meters. So you can actually classify and might even identify the ships at the same time. You don't have to wait for someone else to trail back and see what it is and try to find it.
And you operate the satellites then from Norway under Norwegian sovereignty, yeah?
Yes.
By civil or by the militaries then?
It's a civil, but Space Norway is fully owned by the Norwegian government.
Okay. It's civil then?
Yeah.
Okay. Mette, thank you very much for your time and good luck with this project. And with that, SpaceWatch out.